If you're pro-life watching this, here's a statistic for you. The more rights that we have towards abortion, for safer abortion, and it's more legalized, the less abortions happen. Yeah, no, look it up. Banning something does not get rid of it. I've been pro-life for most of my life, and I would say only within the past year I have changed my opinion. Actually, completely have I changed my opinion. For most of my life, I thought abortion was murder. I thought it was a special life. And for a small period amount of time when I used to be somewhat religious, somewhat spiritual, I was like, well, God created that life, and we should not kill any life that God creates. That is who I used to be for 19 years. But now, being at the age of 20, I grew the fuck up and actually know that, taking that away is, taking rights away from women as well. I used to think that pro-life meant that if you don't like abortion, you are pro-life. You could be pro-choice and you can still not like abortion, by the way. So many people are confused. They think it's a Democrat versus Republican situation. And it shows how stupid and fucking ignorant people are. And in reality, there's actually only one good answer. Yeah, both sides can be a little bit crazy. Of course, both sides are a little crazy. But if you actually look at it in an independent standard, you know the fucking answer. If you look statistically at who is pro-life, conservatives and Christians. Does it surprise me? No. Throughout history, who are the people that wanted to keep slaves? Conservatives and Christians. Historically, who are the most fucking disgusting people? Conservatives and Christians. You are not pro-life, you are pro-fetus until it is born. Once it is born, you do not give a shit about it. Don't even try to tell me to foster the child. Do you know how bad the foster care system is? If you're actually pro-life, you want to be on the streets screaming at women for having an abortion because they can't have a child, you would actually go fight the foster care system for it to be more fair and equal. You are not fucking pro-life. You are a dumbass piece of shit. Oh, life matters! Bitch, that thing doesn't even have memories yet. It doesn't have feelings. Oh, well, statistically it does if you look up. Cool. Alright, you know what? Sure, it does have feelings. But it won't know it's dead. Do you remember when you were in the womb? No, you don't, you dumbass. Man, I remember watching Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro on pro-life, and I was like, dude, I fucking agree with this shit. Holy shit. And, once I grew up, I was like, wow, they're not actually pro-life. They're just anti-women and anti-choice. That's what they really are. The people that I used to, look up to, like Steven Crowder, he's also the same person that tried to get someone arrested for painting a BLM sign or George Floyd on the side of a wall because he's terrorizing the business. Sure, dude. Just say it. You're racist. It's so funny. We have landed on the moon. We're going to land on Mars soon. We have so much fucking technology and research to prove most of the right wrong. But now we can't even, agree on women's rights anymore. Not even gay people's rights. Tell me that we're not going forward. Scientists try to tell us that we're getting twice as smarter each year. I actually think we're getting half as smart. We're losing half of our intelligence each year. It's so fucking minute. This is such an easy answer. There's either pro-choice, choice, not pro-murder, pro-choice, or anti-women. No, that's what it really is called. It's not pro-life. You're not pro-life. If you're really pro-life, why aren't you fighting for, better wages or more fair or equal rights for women? Because you're not. You're just pro-fetus. You think you're pro-life, but you're not. I love what they say. Well, abstinence is 100%, if you just don't have sex, you won't deal with the consequences. Dude, that's the most fucking ignorant thing ever. You know what? Fine, let's do that. All men on earth, you cannot have sex anymore. How about that? All men on earth right now, hear me. You cannot have sex because women don't want to get pregnant. Do you know how fast it would be overturned if men didn't have sex as much anymore? I guarantee you, if men were the ones that could get pregnant, there'd be an abortion clinic at every McDonald's. Oh, would you like a double corner pounder with an abortion? Oh, that'd be $32.69. Fucking ridiculous. I don't like abortion personally. I don't. I really don't like it. but it's your fucking body. Because I used to think it was murder. Do I think it's murder now? No, not really. No, I don't. Like, yeah, technically, this is conservatives right now. You fucking retards. Technically, you are killing something. Yes. Sure, it is alive. It is separate from the mother's body. Yes. But you also do know, by statistical standards and what it is called, it is a parasite. A parasite cannot live without its host. And if the host is also in danger because of this parasite, the parasite must be removed. But, you know, you're pro-life and all. You know, you fight for better wages and better health care in America, don't you? I bet you do. Oh, I bet you're a great person to talk to. Men should not have an opinion on this. Sure, I agree with it, you know? Who the fuck? What the fuck? I don't have that shit. I don't even get periods. The fuck? Like, what do I go through? My life is set on easy mode. If life was an RPG, I spawned on the easiest difficulty. I'm white and cisgendered male. I am the highest of fucking privilege ever. The only thing that separates me from being a little bit more privileged is being slightly taller. If I was a little bit taller, I'd be fucking working for NASA right now. But as soon as a woman has an opinion, oh no. Because 9 people have rights, more rights than, what, like 135 million women in America? I'm too lazy to just fact check myself, but you know, half of America, women. There you go. It is a little hard to find the research, but I've done research a lot on this, and I still do to this day. Statistically, there's more pedophiles on the Republican side than the Democratic side. But nearly half of the Republican side think that the top of the Democratic side are pedophiles. So if you see someone that is screaming about the other side being a pedophile, maybe they should look within themselves because they're really hiding something. You claim to be pro-life. You know why you love fetuses so much? Because you're a fucking pedophile. Once it's born, then you could fucking rape it. Hey, you're the one who says Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Okay, dude. Literally a guy that is known for mass pedophilia, and your only claim to that is, well, he didn't kill himself. You are hiding something. I genuinely feel bad for women right now, because before this happened, I've been at the point where I was just like, here's the thing. I think both sides should understand each other and not say, well, I have slightly less rights, so I should be praised upon, and no rights on this side that hasn't been addressed should be thrown away. I always say, if the women are going to support the men's problems, I'm going to 120% support the women's problems. Because that's seriously what's happening. And I used to be like, oh, well, fuck, dude. Like, I'm not seeing so many women support men's problems. There's not a lot of men's problems. They still exist. I went through a lot myself. I'm not going to address it maybe in a different video, but I've went through some problems myself as a guy. And when addressed, it's been tossed down from women in my life. And they said, well, I go through more than you. That's bullshit. But now, the fuck? What do I go through? You have a gun has more rights than women. So don't even try to tell me that I'm going to cry because a woman is trying to focus on herself right now. Because women had less rights for a while already. Now, at this point, a fucking one gun has more rights than all of America. Or at least half of America. Less than 1% of all abortions are actually from rape. That's a statistic I would pull up as a pro-lifer. Sure, that's valid. But we also do know that 1 in 3 women are raped. And there's a higher statistic of women having a child. So, let me tell you this. A lot of abortion clinics throughout the years declined a lot of people, and that's why the statistic is so low. It would be a lot higher, but, I mean, look at it now. The statistic's only going to get lower and lower because women's rights are being suppressed slowly and slowly, and it's basically going to be the Nazi regime. Historians literally study today's time in America, and they say we are following in the same exact route as the Nazi regime, German regime, whichever one you want to call it, it still applies. When it comes to the rights or the pro-Trumpers, they're going under the same treatment as the German regime. It's going to start off as you can't have abortions anymore. Then it's going to start getting worse and worse. Oh, this can't happen to you anymore. You can't do this anymore. And it's going to happen so slowly or maybe so quickly that either no one notices it and we're fine with it again and we're fucking racist pieces of shit and sexist, or we're going to, fight back, which is going to happen. You know what I'm happy about, though? We already know all of where those 9 people who overturned Roe v. Wade, we know where they live. That's amazing. That's awesome. I love that. Because if 9 people control a country, I'm sorry, but we're not free. Statistically, America is, I could be wrong, but last I've checked, like 55th percent out of every country in the world, we're number 55 in terms of freedom. People love freedom in America, but when you actually look at America, when 95% of people can't retire, it doesn't look so free after all. This is a sad day for women. It genuinely is. And I feel like a lot of women I've seen on TikTok actually have been saying, well, I don't see any men posting about it. Bitch, every fucking family member and friend knows that I am in fucking full support. But I'm making this video now because I have this second channel to either address opinions or make fun of people and do whatever the fuck I want. And what I do know is that pro-choice is the only good answer. Pro-life, you're not pro-life, sorry. Pro-choice is actually more pro-life. If you're pro-life watching this, here's a statistic for you. The more rights that we have towards abortion, for safer abortion, and it's more legalized, the less abortions happen. Yeah, no, look it up. Banning something does not get rid of it. If you ban a gun, it actually doesn't just disappear out of nowhere. If you ban weapons in America, like guns in general, it's actually going to become more dangerous and crime is going to go up. Same as abortion. If abortion is illegal, it's going to happen more dangerously and death is going to go up more. You cannot tell me you're pro-life and bring these statistics down. If you actually look the statistics up and acknowledge it exists, you are pro-choice. And if you're still pro-life, you're just fucking ignorant. Like, it drives me insane. Like, half of the people in this fucking country are walking NPCs. People at my work all the time and just have Trump hats and do dumb shit. And, like, they just think they rule the fucking world. And they're also hateful pieces of shit. And it actually makes me depressed. How fucking retarded humanity can be. I'm fucking 20 years old and I'm smarter than all 9 of those people combined. They have the combined fucking IQ of room temperature. Like, it's actually surprising me how dumb they are. And a lot of those people, there's clips, you could look it up, they don't know how periods work. They literally said in court before, and the Supreme Court literally said that, well, you're a woman, you could choose when you have your periods or not. These are the people who run the fucking country. I could be a better president than half of the presidents who have been running the country. This is fucking sad. I'm sorry. To all the women out there that are watching this, I am genuinely sorry. But just know you're going to get your rights back. Oh, hell yeah, you're going to get your rights back. You're not alone in this. No, you are not alone. I think, I could be wrong, spitting this out my ass, but I heard this before, I think only 20% of Americans are pro-life. So the majority of people are actually pro-choice, but it still got taken away from you. Trust me, most people are mad about this. Even men. Not your ex, that doesn't count. But the majority-ish of men support you. I used to be pretty-ish far right. I never became conservative, but I was pretty close throughout time, and I became more liberal. And so I know how both sides think. I do. I've also been religious and spiritual and atheist. I've been in every side politically and spiritually, so I know how every side thinks. And I could tell you, the fucking right side is just dumb pieces of shit. If you're slightly right, you're not dumb. You're fine. You're like, here's central. If you're on this side, you're fine. If you're on this side, you are a hateful piece of shit. And if you're on this side, way left, like this side, you're crazy. But if you're here, you're fine. You just support human life. I still agree with some sides that are pro-life. Like 2 at max. I used to agree on every side. We'll just stop having sex, or we'll just stop doing this, I control your body because I am a cisgendered white male, but you're a black woman statistically, so you cannot have an abortion because I have more rights than you. We're going to take more rights away from you. That's really what they want to fucking say, is that they want more rights and they want you to have less rights. You're not pro-life, you are anti-women. And if you're spiritual, I'm talking to the Christians or spiritual people right now, and if you believe that God created every life and that's why you say that you don't want an abortion, you know what? Sure. That's fine with me. That is a valid argument because that is something you believe in. But when I have a problem with that is when you shame other people for having an abortion because of your beliefs. So here's something that you believe in which statistically will fail and is not true, but you still hold it to the standard of that every person in America has to believe in what you do out of the thousands of religions and thousands and thousands of gods that you can believe in. You're just right, and God created that life, and everyone has to believe in what I do, and you're wrong. Do you know how fucking crazy you sound? How do I know? Because I used to be like you. I used to be a fucking brainwashed piece of shit, and now I will look at them, and it doesn't piss me off as much anymore. If I'm going to be in an argument or debate for someone, I win every time because they're fucking retarded. And I always bring up, try to prove abortion wrong without bringing up God or the Bible. They have no points. They cannot say shit because whatever's not in the Bible or whatever your little sky daddy tells you, you can't think for yourself. I'm sorry, but I don't need a book to tell me how to think for myself. This is for the men. I'm sorry, because you're not going to have as much sex right now. I'm sorry. Tough luck. I don't give a shit, honestly. And if you're going to have sex, at this point, you better be protected and prepared. I only say that because abortion is looking a little bit scary right now. I would never say this before with abortion being legalized, but because it's becoming less and less legal through time, try not to have as much sex and be prepared. That's a pro-life statement, I know, but that is only valid because as of right now, women have less rights than a weapon. Women get paid 70 cents for every dollar a man makes. Women cannot have abortions anymore. Pretty much men control everything they do. Don't even try to tell me women have equal rights to men because they fucking don't. And if you say they do, then you need to get off Fox News and CNN and actually fucking think for yourself and look at every news source and come up with your own opinion. Because when it comes to this, there is no opinion. There's only fact. I love when people say, well, my opinion is this. If you start your sentence with my opinion, you're already wrong. The fact is, Roe v. Wade being overturned is making women have less rights. And I can give you an example. Women who now have an abortion will be considered a felon. What can felons not do? Felons cannot vote. So now, a decent amount of women can't vote, thus taking rights away from a decent majority of women. There you go. That's a fact, not an opinion. Don't even try to debunk that because you're a fucking piece of shit. Alright, I spoke out my ass for over 20 minutes now, and I'm going to end the video. Women, I'm sorry. Men, tough luck. I support you. And, you know, let's fucking invade those houses of those 9 people. And I mean it. We should legitimately destroy their houses and invade their houses. I mean that. Those people, if they can get rid of most people's rights in a country, well, I'm pro-choice. So, I don't think you deserve a life anymore. I'm going to leave it at that. All the crazy liberal says we should kill people. Didn't say that. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. And peace out.